So our sports thinker, Jake Gayden, supposed to be off today, but we have enlisted him in this. He's joining us this morning via Zoom. Jake, I'm just curious what, from the people you know, the sources you have, is it shocking that the deal came this quickly?
No, this had to happen, guys. The MLB needed to make a decision, and the A's needed to make a decision within the next couple of weeks. The reason for it is the MLB is one of the leagues that likes creating their schedules for the following year and releasing it in July. So the 2025 schedule was set to be released in July, and they with scheduling that release, they needed to figure out where the A's were going to play next year because of possible conflicts if they were going to play in Sacramento, Salt Lake City, or Oakland. Oakland, they would have had no issue, but playing in Sacramento, they needed to figure out, okay, how is this going to work, especially if the River Cats are going to stay here next year, which is a possibility. We will have more details and information coming up on that at a press conference at 10 a.m., but they really needed to know where the A's were going to play next year. That's the reason why this decision happened today, why it's been boiling over since last week. They knew that they were going to meet with the City of Oakland earlier this week. They met with the City of Sacramento yesterday and came to a decision, and then today making the official announcement this morning.
So obviously we know this means, I think we know one thing, that the A's are in fact leaving Oakland. But how solid is the deal in Las Vegas? I know the legislature passed a bill for funding, but there's now a lawsuit from the Teachers Association there in Nevada suing the governor, among others, trying to block this. Is Las Vegas a certainty for the A's?
So let's put it this way. Look at the press release that they released today. It's a 3-year contract with an option for 4. They're planning for this to possibly fall through in Vegas or take a delay and make it a 5-year plan. This is the significance of this deal coming to Sacramento. We don't know how long they are going to be here. We know for right now that there's a contract for 3 years. They will play at Center Health Park beginning of next season in 2025 through 2028. But after 2028, there's a lot of question marks. Like you said, will the deal in Vegas go through? There's a lot of speed bumps that are still needing to be taken care of, especially with the Tropicana site that they have earmarked to actually be able to play in and do construction on in the next couple of years. But again, guys, this is a lot of this is up in the air. Do we know if the Vegas thing is going to come to fruition? We don't. Like you said, there's a lot of roadblocks in the way of that. So this could be an opportunity where Sacramento, yes, it's a pipe dream right now, but it is a possibility that Vegas could not happen and this team ends up staying in Sacramento. Not saying it's official or it's going to happen. It's a possibility. Small possibility in that fact. But right now, nothing is guaranteed with this team when it comes to where they were playing next year, which we found out is going to be Sacramento, and when they're going to play in Vegas, which, until I see shovels in the ground and things being built, I'm not believing anything that's happening in Vegas yet.
Yeah, to your point, though, about the possibility of the A's staying here permanently. I think that's obviously in the back of people's minds, but it feels like it's a million miles away from reaching that point of the deal. Another consideration that I thought of, just as a sports fan and kind of knowing a little bit about the ins and outs of baseball, are the facilities at this ballpark. I'm curious. I'm assuming I've never been in the clubhouse there. I think you may have. Is it up to snuff for Major League Baseball?
So from my conversations with the River Cats, there are some improvements that need to be made. The biggest improvement is the lights at Center Health Park. It's a little dark of a ballpark. They're going to need to add additional lighting to the actual field itself. When it comes to the actual facilities, they just did a major upgrade for the River Cats area for their home locker room, weight room, kitchen staff area. It's beautiful, it's state-of-the-art, but I don't know if it's big enough, especially for the away side. But here's the thing, guys. They just did this upgrade in 6 months at Sutter Health Park. They've been working on it for the past 6 months. If they do need to make upgrades, that's something that I can truly see happening at the conclusion of this baseball season, starting maybe in August and September. You're building it out through March, and then you have a brand new facility back there. But I do think that there is going to need some improvements. I know for a fact they're going to need new lights, and I have a feeling they're probably going to need to update the away locker room, along with some maybe more weight rooms or bigger weight rooms area.
Yeah.
And then they also made additions to their batting cages. They added 2 new batting cages there. I believe they'll have to add more if they want to be up to MLBPA standards. Remember, guys, they can announce this and they're going to say that they're coming here, but there are still additional steps that need to be taken, working with the MLBPA, the Players Association, to make sure this stadium is up to snuff and up to their standards.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. We still need to get. It sounds obviously based on the commissioner's statement that MLB is on board, but the Players Association still needs to give an okay on this.
Correct. That's probably the next step that needs to happen. Again, though, if you're talking about Vivek Ranadive and the man who owns this stadium and owns Sutter Health Park, no stone's going to be unturned.
Yeah.
Look what he did at Golden One, guys, okay?
Yeah.
It is a state-of-the-art facility, one of the best in the NBA. If Vivek got this to happen, he made some assurances, not only to Rob Manfred, but to John Fisher, probably someone at the MLBPA, that, hey, we will get everything up to snuff. So that's not going to be a snag. I don't think it will be. I think Vivek Ranadive is a man of his word. He has deep pockets. If he needs to make upgrades at Sutter Health Park, he will make them within the next 8 to 10 months.
Just one thing I happened to notice, I looked it up while you were talking there. The capacity at Sutter Health Ballpark, 10,624 fixed seats. They can fit as many as 14,000 with standing room. A's attendance last year, 10,275. You would imagine, though, that there was going to be a significant draw from people in the Stockton, whatnot, driving up to go see, if nothing else, the novelty of a major league team playing in this ballpark. Jake, we thank you.